Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans. Welcome to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. And Coach, congratulations on a homecoming victory, a county victory. You're 7-0 in the overall and 5-0 in the region. Well done, 55-14.
Yeah, it was a good win for us. Obviously, I was really worried about our mental state coming into the game because of a big game we had last week versus Adairsville. But I thought our kids had a good week of practice, and I thought they came out focused and took care of business.
We had talked about this after the game, and I know the coaching staff was worried about this all week. One of the biggest problem outside of the X's and O's was making sure the guys were mentally ready. We didn't want a repeat of 2 weeks ago when we went to Ringgold.
Right, and that's what I told them. We didn't come out of the gate very good against North Murray, and certainly not against Ringgold. So, being homecoming week 2, I was really worried about the distractions. But I thought our kids handled it pretty well.
Yeah, came out and played a nice game. The black shirt defense did a good job again. Gave up 14 points. The second touchdown was against the twos and probably some threes in there also. The pound and shoot offense was very productive. The kickoff return game, special teams was really good.
Yeah, I thought our special teams were good last night, including Darwin kicking the ball. I don't know how many touchbacks he had, but he had a good bit. And then, we had schemed up the kickoff return that we liked. They kicked the ball right where we thought they would and kicked a good return ball. And Bryson and our kickoff return team did a great job.
Yeah, they blocked that really well. And, of course, number 14 gets his hands on the ball, and he knows I'm maybe take a half step right or a half step left, but everything else is north-south, and he gets down the field in a hurry.
Well, Bryson, we got 3 good running backs that we got to find ways to get the ball, and the best thing about the whole situation is they pull for each other. They're not worried about who gets the most carries and all that, and we got to find ways to get all 3 guys the ball somehow.
Yeah, a lot of times it'd be nice to have 2 or 3 balls on one offensive series. Darwin Lam, 4 touchbacks. He went into this game with 4. Now he has 8 for the season. I talked to him after the game, Coach, and I don't know what he's eating. I don't know what he's practicing, but he just keeps getting deeper and deeper every week with his kicks.
Darwin, this is the first year he's ever kicked a football, and he's really getting better and better as he's practicing. So, the sky's the limit for Darwin. He's a very, very good soccer player, and I know that's his future, but he's a very good kicker as well.
Well, I don't know. I think he's going to have a decision to make whether it's going to be football or football. But we'll see exactly what does happen. Your passing offense was good. Your running offense was good. Robbie's Raiders dominated the line of scrimmage. I don't know what it's going to show on the film, but I think Spencer Cross at center had a wonderful ball game because you know whose number I didn't hear called a lot.
Yeah, we knew they had a good nose guard, and, they changed his number on us. He was number 40 because they played him some at tight end.
Yes.
And, I'm like you. I didn't see him make a factor in the game because I thought our offensive line did a good job on him. I thought Spencer Cross did a good job. And, it's one of those things, I didn't hear his name called very much, and I didn't see him make many tackles either. So somebody was doing a good job on him.
Second week in a row when I've seen Spencer in pregame warm-ups, and it's hard to get an acknowledgement out of him. He's been well focused the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Spencer is, he's a very, very good center. He's a very athletic center, and we're definitely glad he's on our side.
3 turnovers, so you win the turnover battle, you won the special teams battle, you won the offensive line battle, the defensive line battle. We get some picks in the defensive secondary. The kicking game was outstanding. I jinxed poor Alex one more time. Mm-hmm. Every time I mention the number of kicks that he has in succession, he misses one, so I'm going to quit talking about it. But he was very good. He was 7 of 8. How do you complain about that?
Yeah, Alex continues to get better as well. We need to get him a field goal or 2 somehow. Yeah. But, obviously we'd rather score touchdowns. Yeah. But at some point we may have to make a field goal down the road, so we're going to have to get him some field goal experience. But, he was 7 for 8, and he continues to get better as well.
He does real well. Folks, sit back and take a break. We're going to watch the first half highlights. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back, Calhoun football fans, to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. And, Coach, when I got to the stadium last night, it was extremely humid. And then finally, by about midway through the first quarter, the humidity started slacking off a little bit. But I was a little bit worried about, all their extracurricular activities going. You know how nerves and stuff work on
Number 21, Chaz Moss. And number 53, Spencer
I was
Cross.
worried about the weather. There was a lot of stuff going on a little north of us, so I was really worried about that.
Captains for tonight's game.
You got Drew McCracken, Grayson Tilley, Spencer Cross, and Chaz Moss.
Homecoming. It's not the years, and the guys got through it before I could read it real quick. But anyway, another good run-through banner. Jackets dressed in their black jerseys and gold breeches. It's the first time in warm-up I've seen end zone to end zone covered with players warming up, because they bring around 100 players also.
Yeah, they do. They got a nice roster.
Here goes the opening kickoff right down the hash to the 5-yard line, and this is blocked well. You got the Scud missile running downfield. Look at this, folks. Look at the blocking.
This is a good job by Carson getting out in front of him and making a big block to get him in the end zone.
Yeah, we got a guy helping on a production team, and I think he's grinning right now as he laid that last block on the guy. It was a nicely executed. I think I said on the radio live he's got a convoy going down the field, and the convoy was number 16.
Well, we usually take that ball up the left hash when they kick it from the right hash, and we decided to take it to the field, and I thought we did a good job blocking that.
Drew McCracken snapping, Thomas Lester holding, and Alex Flores through the upright. And 14 seconds into the game, Coach, we're up 7-0.
Well, that's what we were looking for, getting off to a fast start, and obviously Bryson and the kickoff return team got us that fast start.
An excellent start. Now Darwin Lamb starts things off from 11 yards away, and this young man is just putting a toe to the leather. This is the shortest kick I think he had all night, down to the 3-yard line, and I'm scared. I'm going down.
That's good coverage by Jordan Tao.
Yes.
Very good by Tao. Tao's a good football player as well.
He runs the ball equally hard, and then he hits well. Sophomore?
No, he's a junior. The thing about Tao, he's just playing behind two good ones, in Lester and Connolly.
Yeah, you're going to learn well. We did a really good job with their running game, particularly at the beginning part of this ball game. They're going to come up second and short or second and long on this play. They run out of shotgun formation, and we're smacking people at the line of scrimmage, Coach. That's
our
no
defense,
game.
our defense came out ready to play, and shut them down early, and then the coach makes a bonehead decision.
Drop back to pass, throw the ball down the field, and this is nice coverage by Ethan Woodard. Clark Johnson is 6'5", 6'6", and he still gets his hands on the ball.
Well, we knew they were going to throw it up to him on several occasions, because he's a good receiver and he's got some height on us. We tried to block that punt there, and we had Jarrett does a good job catching the punt and getting what he can get there.
Yeah, he got a good 4 or 5 yard return on that. Sets us up in their territory at their 42-yard line. 9:56 left in the first quarter. We're already up 7-0, and the pound and shoot offense is ready to roll. And we're going to give it to Bryson Bushong. And Bryson has touched the ball twice, and he's got over 100 yards total offense.
Yeah, that's a good little play we put in for him this week that we ran a lot. And
Yes.
This is a play where we got a run pass option, and Kalen did a good job reading it and had to draw there.
We've got it 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line.
Throw it out there to Carson on the screen, and good job by Ethan just getting a little piece of him, and Carson takes it to the house.
It was nice recognition by Carson, because they really gave him the outside lane, and he had a little jab step to the right, and then he took off to the house. And as he and I talked a couple weeks ago before the game, he might be the fastest guy on the field.
Yeah, Carson's a very good receiver. He's got good height, good hands, and he's got good speed.
Good snap by Drew, good hold by Thomas, and it's on the way to third base, and we lead 14-0, Coach. It's 9:02, 2 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock.
Again, we were looking for a quick start, quick start, and we got it, with the defense, offense, and special teams.
Darwin Lamb puts toe to leather, and he's going to get this one into the end zone. That is a touchback with more to come.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, after his one kickoff, Todd Halbert told me, he says, it reminds me of that young man over at Alabama. I mean, he was getting them 3 and 4 yards deep in the end zone. They faked the running play like a midline veer option.
Yeah, a little midline option there.
They didn't get much out of it, as you can see. fact, they lose 2, it's going to be 2nd and 12. Shotgun formation, and we're going to get.
They called timeout?
Yeah, they called timeout on that.
think.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it was. I was looking down at my notes. I didn't see any losses played. They called a timeout. Run the slant there, and you know when you hear 4 and 5 sets of feet coming after you.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to catch that very hard anyway.
Yeah, that was a little slant on the right-hand side, a little look-in pattern, and it didn't work real well. Pump fake, they're going to scramble to the left. We had good coverage up top. There's no place to throw, and the pressure gets to him, and we get a sack.
That's a good job by Landon Rice. Good job on the coverage. They tried a little hitch and go over there to Johnson, I believe, in a corner. Balin Spector did a good job.
Low snap, we come after it, and we bumped into the kicker, and they called us roughing the kicker instead of running into the kicker, and I was a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a very good call, but still, we hadn't worked on that enough, but we did see a weakness in their punt team that we thought we could block a punt, and we just didn't work on our angles enough, and gave them some life.
1st and 10 after the 15-yard personal foul penalty, then we jump off sides, so we've given them 20 yards on 2 plays here, where if we hadn't roughed the kicker, we were in excellent field position.
Yeah, if that play doesn't happen, we get the ball, it's going to be a lot worse, I think, because we felt like we could have go down and get 21 pretty quick. But we gave them new life, and here in just a second they'll fake a punt. But
well, and give them credit, they did respond to it, so they didn't gain much on that play. But the drive has continued. They're going to be 2nd down from their own 38-yard line. They really bunch up a lot and try to set up that running game, don't they?
Run a little reverse, and great job by Austin Bennett reading it. And I tell you, Austin Bennett reads his keys very, very well.
Austin Bennett's a really good football player, Coach.
Yes, he is.
Somebody's missing the boat on him. But anyway, they line them, throw it out here, and nice coverage. And I think, and number 14 got a lot of hard hits early in the game. Now they line up the punt. They snap it to the up blocker. He does a nice job of running ball, and they get a 14-yard gain out to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that was another bad call on my part. We should have been in safe, and we weren't. So head coach has screwed up 2 plays already.
2 receivers left. They send number 14 in motion. They run a little reverse, another reverse. The quarterback throws the ball downfield, and he's got a guy wide open, and we got caught with our eyes in the backfield.
Well, we knew coming in that really the only way they could move the ball and score was, trick plays. And
yes.
We practiced all that stuff. We practiced flea flickers. We practiced onside kicks, fake punts. We showed it to them all, but still, that was a good time to run the play, and they did a good job executing.
Yes, we'll talk about this at the end of the game. They kick off. We lead 14-7, and Colby knocks that ball out of bounds. No matter how much you practice, no matter how much you talk, you still got to make the plays, and sometimes emotion just gets the best of you. All righty, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. We lead 14-7. You'll notice some of the guys wearing pink spats. It's breast cancer awareness. I thought this was a good recognition on Kalen's part to recognize that we didn't have anybody to throw to.
Yeah, I think Cole tripped over our guard's feet. So we run the draw again, and good job there, getting about 4 yards. So it's 3rd down, and they play this play pretty good. We thought we had a good chance here.
Kalen rolls to the left. They get good coverage. He gets out of it, scrambles to the left, gets downfield, and then they come and close, and they're going to stop us at the 35-yard line. And right now, the visitor side of the stands is very excited.
Yes, they are. We got to punt the football. And good punt by Darwin here.
He gets it high. It's a 32-yard punt, a nice directional punt. It
Bad
takes the
bounce.
wrong roll.
Yep.
But it ends up being a 32-yard punt with no return. Put them back in action at their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10. 4:05 left in the first quarter. We're up by 7, 14-7. Now I think this is a part of the game where they start running just a tad more effectively.
Yep. Coach Hobb was not real happy with the defense last night. I can go ahead and tell you that.
Right. They got too many rushing yards.
Yes,
and Dendy.
Dendy's a good running back now.
Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
hard-nosed kid that runs hard.
Gets his pads low. A lot of hard physical play. I was impressed with the amount. Didn't seem to be near as much yapping as there was last week.
Yep.
They run a slant on the left-hand side, and this is a big target to throw to. He makes a nice catch, runs a good route, good pass.
Yeah, it was. Good execution by the quarterback and the receiver. Like I said, the receiver's a very, very good football player.
Yes, he is. Running play on the left-hand side, Dendy. Oh, he runs low, keeps the legs churning. I like how he lowers the pads.
Good tackle there by Gyra from the backside, or it could have been a bigger gain. They run it again, and he's sliding through there, and good hard running by him. Like I said, he's a tough, hard-nosed kid.
I would imagine Coach Hobb the Elder was not pleased with our wrapping, our tackling. He'll address that soon. They do a deep curl or hitch. It passes way overthrown. Once again, we slip on the turf. A couple times I would like to have seen what would have happened if we hadn't lost our footing. Ends up being trips to the right with a wing to the right.
Yeah, they run a sprint out pass here. Good pressure by Landon. Good job right there.
Good coverage downfield.
Yes.
Coverage sacking, and the defense catches it. Backs him back up to our 40-yard line where it's going to be third down. Pistol, shotgun formation. Flip it out here on the side, and that was tipped, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tipped, and then they called a face mask on Austin Bennett. I really didn't see that. He wasn't even around the play. I don't know. I have to study that film.
And that flag was thrown, well, obviously about 4 or 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
So it's 4th and 2.
Yes.
And our defense does a great job here making the stop.
I thought this was the play of the game because it put brother momentum back on our side,
sure
and
did.
that ended the first quarter.
Yep. Throw the screen out here, and this is Chaz Moss gets tackled by his face mask, and they don't call it there.
I said that on the radio, and I was looking for flags. And
We had a touchdown right here if we get it over the defensive end's hand there, because there was a lot of black shirts in front of Carson there.
Yeah, and there was a lane to the outside, and we know how fast he is.
That's third and 5. These are the plays you got to convert in big games, and I thought our kids did a good job converting these kind of plays.
Look
Getting
how
it out
quick he
here to
gets to the
Carson,
outside.
and good job right there getting.
What?
You know,
12,
we expect to get 7 or 8 yards there, and we got, what, 20, 25?
Yeah, he put 12 or 15 on after the catch. He just planted with that inside foot and then got outside.
We try to go deep here, and we got plenty of time. And I thought Calhoun did a good job here, getting about 12 yards and good protection. And, well, we only had a 2-receiver route there.
Yeah, you only had 2 receivers downfield, and Calhoun did a good job of picking up 12, as you said. This is a nice bounce.
Great run by Alico. Good blocking on the perimeter, and that was a big touchdown.
How many running backs do you have?
Well, you throw Tao in there, we got 4 pretty good ones.
Yes, you do. That is Olico's, I believe, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. If I get to my stats, or it's number 8, I'm sorry, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Coach, that play was designed to go off left tackle. He bounced it outside, and then nobody touched him. I mean, everybody had angle on him.
Yeah, Alico continues to get better and better. He's got to continue to practice like he has been the last week or so. And, you know, Alico, I've talked to him several times, the sky's the limit for Alico. You know, people got to remember he's just a 10th grader, but he's a pretty good 10th grader.
High kickoff down to the 9, and Coach, this is as good as a touchback.
There's Easton Trotter. Good job by Trotter.
They're at the 20. I mean, if you don't put it in the end zone, you kick it that high. And that's one of the things that Darwin does, punts or kickoffs. He gets a lot of height on the ball. Illegal procedure against Sonoraville. I mean, just gives the guys a chance to go down and get those stickers on their helmets. Or more donuts. And this is Dendy. This is how this guy runs that ball.
Yeah, that's just poor tackling. But, you know, like I said, like you said, Dendy's running the ball hard, and he's a good back.
Yeah, and he's done this all season.
Yeah, they run the same play a little. They try to, I think it's the same exact play they ran for a touchdown.
It was, yeah. Only it went to the left instead of going to the right.
We covered it well that time.
Well, number 3 was back there to make sure nothing happened. The general, Gyro Wilson, covering things up. Shotgun formation, they're back at the 9-yard line. They run a screen out here on the left-hand side. They do get some good yards out of this.
Yeah, we didn't play this well either.
No, in fact, they're going to get a first down out of this. The nose of the ball touches the 30.
I bet Coach Hobb is steaming in the press box about this time.
I would imagine he was pretty upset. I've talked to a couple fellow coaches, and they were shuddering. Nice run by number 14. This young man's been hit hard several times. And he was able to get loose without getting tagged. He probably got up from that carry and said, wow. Fake the jet sweep to the right. Scramble. Jairo Wilson is all over him. Dustin Harris is at him, and between the two of them, they're getting down. First out.
Good pressure there. I thought the quarterback threw that out of bounds on purpose like he did earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, later.
Yeah.
This was a good play right here with the fumble. Good job. Blaine Anderson gets the fumble recovery. I was afraid they wasn't going to give it to us, but it was definitely a fumble.
Yeah, it rolled out. You could see it was right in front of the press box. My problem, or my thing is, Blaine came from the other side of the field, Coach.
Yeah, he's an effort player now. He's going to give 110 every snap.
Give it to Cole Jackson, whose ankle appears to be better, cuts back, and if he gets away from that last grab of the shirt, he's coming left, and he's got space. 3 receivers left, 1 right.
Throw the screen over here to Carson, and I don't know about that holding call.
Yeah, that was kind of a tacky call. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Carson's got the outside lane. They're just. How many weeks has it been since we've run that many tunnel and bubble screens?
Well, we hadn't, people last couple of weeks have taken them away from us, and, they didn't take them away from us last night. We felt like we could run them all last night.
Yes. It was like stepping back in time.
If Jarrett goes inside a little bit there, we got a big play there. But Mike Linebacker played those screens well. He's the one that made a lot of the tackles on those screens.
Yeah, he got on Jarrett pretty quick. We got our 3 receivers up top bunched up there, and we're just going to run the sweep. And we get good blocks downfield, Coach. Look at this.
We ran that play probably 7 or 8 times, I think, and they didn't have an answer for that.
Mr. Bushong down the field, 1st and goal for the Jackets at the 5-yard line. Cole Jackson at running back. We give it to Cole. Folks, that looks like it's a loss. He ends up gaining 2 yards on that. It's 2nd and goal from the 3.
We get our sumo team in here.
Dustin Harris leads him over right guard. Cole Jackson pounds in there behind him. He gets down to the 1.
We like our chances with the sumo team.
Yeah, they come flying in late there. When we were doing the game live, I'm thinking, there's no fumble. We're going to get a flying. Of course, it's going to move us, a half yard closer. And we're going to follow Mr. Harris into the end zone. Kalen, rushing touchdown. And we're pushing it to 27-6 or 27-7 with the extra point to come. That is Kalen's 7th rushing touchdown this season. Boy, the stats.
Well, you got, Kalen's a good 205, 210 pounds, and, you like that big body going forward in the end, when you get close to the end zone.
I was telling Coach Davis during warm-ups last night, a lot of people forget how big Kalen is until you stand next to him. Yeah. And when he's in a football uniform, he gets real big real quick.
He is big now.
Yeah, he is.
That's a perfect kick. This is just poor coverage. No, we just missed a tackle.
Yeah, we had him stopped at 15 and get it out to the 40.
Yeah. We couldn't ask for a better kick there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly where we want it, almost to the 1 yard line, almost out of bounds.
A yard from going to the sideline. I mean, yeah. Little pump fake, quarterback scrambles left. We had good coverage downfield, throws it out here, and ooh, what a hit.
That's a big hit by Will Connolly.
And Balin Spector.
Was that Balin too?
I think Balin got there first. But hey, 13, 18. Yeah. I don't know which one got there first, but there's a load being delivered. On the right-hand side, this is nice pressure, and like you said, Coach Hobb is really going to talk about tackling. Dustin Harris in the backfield really slowed him down.
Yeah, we just got to wrap up there. We had a loss there for Dustin.
Motion, empty backfield. They ran this play several times where they've got 3 receivers to the left with a wing, so it's like quads to the left. The quarterback pulls up just shy of the line of scrimmage. He throws it downfield. Coach, we lost our footing, and I think Balin's got a good read, and he's going to get that pick.
Yeah, I thought the quarterback might have been across the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. I'll have to go back and look, but that was their plan. They had a sprint out plan. That seems to be, Daresville did that against us a few times, so that seems to be the answer to our defense at sometimes.
Well, at some point. Fair catch by Jarrett Carden at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jackets. Kalen looking deep, and folks, this is a beautiful pass. And the referee got knocked down, which we're going to see what the penalty calls. But first, I want to talk about that pass. That was a beautiful
Yeah,
read.
it was. That was a great throw.
From looking up top, I mean, the perfect arch, the right distance. Referee got knocked down to the ground, which is going to be...
Yeah, that's an automatic penalty. When he runs into somebody on the sideline, it's automatic 15 yards.
And remember when that happened to us?
Oh,
we
yeah.
have been a playoff game a couple, 3 years ago on our side of the field.
Yep. I think he ran into the camera person. We all know who that was.
Yes, yeah. It's just a humorous story. All right, I know she doesn't want me to talk about it, so I'll stop. All righty. After the 15-yard penalty sets us up where we have it first and not a whole lot of distance to cover.
And then they got confused he misunderstood what he was telling him. They called a personal foul on them on a face mask, I think.
Which is going to put us first and goal, half the distance of the goal. Yeah, when the referee came up, first of all, he was going to call a penalty against us. They got it all straightened around. We're down inside the 5. We line up with 2 receivers to the left. Give to Cole Jackson. Coach, he goes in pretty much untouched. He's not touched until 2 yards deep.
Yeah, we're running the zone there, and good blocking up front. I tell you, when we throw Landon and Jaira in there with all of our 2 tight end package or H-back and the tight end package, I tell you, Jaira and Landon are very, very good blockers.
They're pretty strong, Coach.
Yes.
Well, one's 250 and the other one's a solid 200 pounds.
Yeah.
They're both real tenacious.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Extra points good. We lead 35-7. That is the 7th rushing touchdown of the season for Mr. Cole Jackson. Yeah, he by the time the bye week's over, he'll be 100% on that ankle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we still got to get him some rest. He didn't practice Monday, Tuesday, a little bit Wednesday, and he practiced a little bit Thursday. He's still not 100%.
I think that kickoff went around the pylon.
It was close, real close.
I was impressed that the referee was able to bounce the flag at the half.
They run the option there, and Balin's just got to make that play. The thing about Balin didn't get hardly any reps at free safety. But, you know, Colby's out with an injury, nothing serious, but we had to play Balin at free and Malik at corner.
Was that Malik that put that hit on the sidelines?
Yeah, Malik played well last night. He really did. And Malik's just a 10th grader.
And he had a lot of one-on-one coverage with Clark
he did.
Johnson, the tall receiver. Goodness gracious, we're hitting. I'm glad I'm up in the broadcast booth.
This is a big stop here.
Huge.
This is, well, we don't stop from here.
Well, a little bit further down.
We try to call timeout. We're trying to say we want to score one more time for half. And I called timeout because I didn't want them to run the clock down, which I thought that's what they were going to do, and they wind up going for it and get it. We didn't play this very well either.
Well, the meat grinder part of the schedule's over, and with homecoming being on the last game, the quarterback makes a nice scramble here. And give the quarterback Cody Long credit. He's quick and elusive. And
Yep,
sees the
he
field
is.
well.
He is. They had a good scheme there.
Yes.
You know, they're getting 4 receivers to one side, and all they're doing is sprinting out with quarterback run.
Yes. And that's a lot of people at the point of attack. They're
Yep.
trying to outman you. The referee that got knocked to the ground gave another sideline warning to Sonoraville. He ran into his own tackler or blocker because we're pushing the blockers back into their face, Coach.
That's a good job being physical by Bennett. And I thought Noah Ferguson did a good job. You know, he's in for Tristan Fuller, who's hopefully he'll be back from Murray County. But I thought Noah did a good job filling in for him.
Noah's pretty aggressive. There's no timeouts left for Sonoraville, and they're trying to call a timeout because they don't like the way things are lined up, and then they get a delay game, backs them up 5 yards. There's just a little bit of confusion with the way they were lined up and the play they wanted to run. Yeah, Landon Rice got held several times, which he's going to get held every week. Quarterback rolls to the left and find a receiver on a flag pattern.
He dropped it.
Yes, he did.
But it was a good throw. He should have caught it.
Yeah, should have hung on to that ball.
And is this 4th or 3rd?
Let me back up.
I thought they might try a field goal.
Yeah, I thought they would too. It's 4th down from the 31.
That's third. We got one more play.
Oh, 3rd down?
I think.
Okay, yeah, from the 32.
Yeah, they brought their field goal team on. We were ready to go after it, and then they brought their offense back on. So we played regular D. It's about 4th and 15.
From the 31.
Yep.
They throw the ball down
We
the
just
field.
knew they were going to throw it up to him, and there's Ethan playing great coverage on him.
Yeah, Ethan ran a real nice route. He had a better shot at catching it.
So we got about, 50 seconds left. We're trying to get some points.
Yes, sir.
We got to get better at that route. That we hadn't repped that enough.
Well, this is not our best tape on
Nope.
securing passes.
Nope. This is, we wanted to work on our 2-minute O, that's for sure. Because it's less than a minute here, and we want to at least get down and get a field goal.
We took over with 47 seconds left, and that incomplete brings up 2nd and 10 from our 31.
And they called illegal procedure on us.
Yeah.
They said Spencer moved the ball.
So it's going to be 2nd down from the 26.
We run the screen, and I tell you, Lico does a good job making something out of nothing here.
Coach, I'm sitting up in a press box, and I don't see what he sees on
Yeah.
the field.
I wanted him to get out of bounds, but it's 3rd and about 4.
Yes.
And this was a good call. We throw the screen out here, get a 1st down, and Carson gets out of bounds.
Carson had another good game.
Yep. We got a big play here, and Carson knows he wish he had this over. It was a good throw by Kalen, and he may score there. He may.
I was anxious to see if he split the
Yeah.
2 DBs.
We run the same play the other side, and
With Chaz.
with Chaz and another.
got-
It wasn't but about 12 seconds left,
Yes.
so we were wanting to clock the ball and kick a field goal right there where he caught that ball. So
We throw it deep. We got the big boy out there, 44, and a bunch of other people. They knocked the ball
Yeah.
down to the ground. We had a case of the oopsie daisies there as we ended. So when you, when you go in at halftime, you talk to the guy. You're up 35-7. It's homecoming week. It's the last game of 3 that you're trying to secure that #1 spot in the region. What do you say to the guys, even after the couple drops?
well, I'm pleased with the way we're playing, obviously, and we wanted to keep hammering them,
Yes.
keep playing, and it's not a whole lot of adjustments. I don't think Coach Hobb was happy with the defense at all.
No.
So he had to get them back playing like they normally do, and then offensively we just keep doing what we're doing because we're playing well offensively.
Yeah, doing a real nice job. It's a beautiful night. We're going to crown the homecoming queen at halftime, which the folks are going to see here in a little bit. And not, like you said, not a whole lot to do. Just get back at it and get this completed because I think everybody on the football team's anxious for a bye week.
Yeah, we needed to come out in the second half and continue to play well and get a couple more touchdowns on the board and then get some other people in the game. But you're right. I think it's time for a rest. We've been going at it pretty hard for a long time, and it's time for a break.
We're going to kick off to start the second half, but folks, you're going to like the way the second half begins because the first 3 possessions are just perfect examples of what you want to accomplish. Sit back in that Barker Lounger. You're not going to see the Yellow Jacket Band march too much, led by director Michael Clark and assisted by Larry Brown, and on the field by Sarah Green. They're going to provide the background music, and we're crowned a homecoming queen. We'll be back with the homecoming queen announcement. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show.
It is. welcome to Homecoming 2014. Homecoming week is always an exciting time at Calhoun High School. This year's homecoming theme is "Oh, the Places You'll Go." Students have exhibited school spirit and pride centered around the theme through dressing up, building floats, decorating windows, participating in the parade, and nominating a homecoming queen in Queen Court. Many lasting memories have definitely been made. A big thank you to the Student Council, administrators, and staff for organizing and supporting this event. A special thank you to Mulkey's Menswear for donating all of the tuxedos for tonight's ceremony, and Shay Hicks with the Board of Elections for setting up the voting booths for the King and Queen voting. The 2014 Homecoming King nominees will be presented and a new king crowned tomorrow night during the annual Homecoming Dance. The nominees are Austin Bennett, Will Connolly, Cole Jackson, Thomas Lester, Darwin Lom, and Grayson Tilley. And now, let's meet the 2014 Homecoming class, representatives and court. Representing the freshman class is Miss Cecilia Swink. Cecilia is the daughter of Tony and Tammy Swink. She has one sister, Savannah, and one brother, Tommy. She is the granddaughter of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Hartnagel, Mr. Mike Swink, Mr. Joe H. Scott, Jr., and the late Mrs. Helen Scott. She is a member of the varsity football and JV competition cheerleading squads. She is also the secretary of the freshman class, and she plans to participate on the CHS swim team. Cecilia is on the senior dance team at Expression School of Performing Arts, where she has been a student for the past 12 years. She is a member of Calhoun First United Methodist Church, where she participates in the handbell choir. Cecilia enjoys reading, being with her friends, and spending time outdoors. She would like to thank her fellow classmates for the opportunity to represent them. Tonight, Cecilia is being escorted by her father, Tony, and joining them on the field is her mother, Tammy. Miss Cecilia Swink. Representing the sophomore class is Miss Abrina Nanny. Abrina is the daughter of James and Angel Nanny and has two siblings, James Nanny and Angelina Del Rosario. Her grandparents are Mr. and Mrs. Dwight Jones. Abrina is a member of Calhoun High School's Women's Chorus, Health Occupation Students of America, and the swim team. Abrina is a member of East Calhoun Church of God, and in her spare time enjoys hanging out with friends and going on hikes. This is her second year as a homecoming representative. Abrina would like to thank her classmates for allowing her the opportunity to represent the sophomore class. Tonight, Abrina is being escorted by her father, James, and joining them on her field is her mother, Angel. Miss Abrina Nanny. Representing the junior class is Miss Sydney Parker. Sydney is the daughter of Richie and Monica Parker and Jill Stanley. Her siblings are Colin, Jacob, Ivy, Logan, Gavin, Jaden, McLean, and Riley. Her grandparents are Johnny and Iris Parker. She is a member at Fairview Church of God. Sydney is involved in the varsity basketball and track teams here at Calhoun High School. She enjoys spending time with her friends and family and just enjoying the simple things in life. This is her third year as a nominee and her second year on the court. Sydney is very honored and grateful for the opportunity to represent the junior class. Tonight, she is being escorted by her father, Richie, and joining them on the field is her mother, Jill. Miss Sydney Parker. And now for your 2014 homecoming court. The first member of the court is Miss Daisy Ryan Carpenter. Daisy is the daughter of Kevin and Holly Carpenter. She is the granddaughter of Tony and Catherine McBrayer, James and Susan Hyde, Charlie and Cheryl Carpenter, and Connie Duncan. She has 3 sisters, Andy, Griffin, and Laddie Gray, and 1 brother, Hayes. Daisy has been on the CHS basketball team for 4 years. She is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Beta Club, Key Club, and National Honor Society. For 2 years, she was a member of the Georgia Fire softball and Whitfield Wildcats basketball teams. Daisy attends Rockbridge Community Church. She enjoys spending time with friends, cooking with family, watching movies, collecting vintage jewelry, and riding 4-wheelers. She plans to attend college next fall and pursue a career in the field of pharmacy. This is Daisy's 4th year as a homecoming nominee. She would like to thank God and her classmates for this opportunity. Daisy is being escorted by her father, Kevin. Joining them on the field is her mom, Holly. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Daisy Carpenter. The second member of the court is Miss Darby Carter. Darby is the daughter of Juliana Carter and Braun and Rachel Carter. She is the granddaughter of Christine Smallwood and the late Ken Smallwood and Bear and Linda Carter. She has 2 sisters, Erica and JC, and 1 brother, Bram. Darby has been a member of the varsity sideline of varsity competition cheerleaders for 4 years and was a proud member of the 2013 GHSA State Cheerleading Champions. This summer, she was selected as an NCAA All-American cheerleader and attended Cheer Hawaii USA Cheerleading Leadership Camp at the University of Hawaii. Darby has been a member of HOSA for 4 years, FCCLA for 2 years, Beta for 2 years, and National Honor Society for 1 year. Darby enjoys hanging out with family and friends and also competing with the Stingray All-Star Cheerleaders, where she is a member of STEEL. Darby is an active member of Blackwood Springs Baptist Church. She would like to thank God and her friends for blessing her with the honor to be one of the representatives of the senior class for homecoming. Darby is being escorted by her father. And is joined on the field by her mother. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Darby Carter. The third member of the court is Miss Carson Olivia Glaze. Carson is the daughter of Grant and Missy Glaze. She is the granddaughter of Reggie and Caroline Glaze and the late George and Gladys Odom. She has 2 brothers, Cullen and Carter, and 1 sister, Caitlin. Carson is a member of Calhoun First Baptist Church. She is a varsity football and competition cheerleader and a member of the 2013 state champion competition cheer team. She is a 2-time NCAA All-American cheerleader, UCA All-Star cheerleader, and placed in the top 40 at the Cheerleader of the Year competition. Mrs. Carson's 4th year as a nominee. She enjoys laughing with her friends and family, watching Criminal Minds, and fishing with her brothers. She plans to attend college and pursue a degree in neurology, where she will dedicate her work to autism. Carson would like to thank all her classmates for the opportunity to represent her class as a homecoming nominee for the past 4 years. She expresses her love and gratitude for her class of 2015. Carson is being escorted tonight by her father, Grant. Joining them on the field is her mother, Missy. Ms. Carson Glaze. The 4th member of the court is Ms. Carly Erin Nesbitt. Carly Carly is the daughter of Donnie and Tracy Nesbitt and has two siblings, 8th grader Max and 7th grader Catherine. She is the granddaughter of William and Brenda Hamilton and the late Donald and Sue Nesbitt. Carly is a third-generation Yellow Jacket. She is a member of the First Baptist Church of Calhoun. Carly serves on student council where she is a student body treasurer. She is the secretary of HOSA, a member of the tennis team, and the National Honor Society. This is Carly's 4th year as a homecoming nominee. She would like to thank her classmates for nominating her each year. Carly enjoys spending time with friends, traveling to new places, and attending concerts. She hopes to attend the University of Georgia to pursue a career in the medical field. She would like to thank her parents and grandparents for all they do for her, and also wants to thank her many teachers who have opened the door to a lifetime of learning. Carly is being escorted by her father, Donnie. Joining them on the field is her mom, Tracy. Miss Carly Nesbitt. The 5th member of the court is Miss Patsy Blair Spector. Blair is the daughter of Robbie Spector and Angie and Chad Brumlow. She has 2 brothers, Balin and Brandon Spector. She also has 1 stepsister, Claudia, and 2 stepbrothers, Will and Wyatt Brumlow. Blair has been a varsity football cheerleader for 4 years and a member of the competition squad for 3 years, which won the 2013 AA State Championship. She was voted an All-American cheerleader for UCA in 2013 and was selected as the feature model for the 2014 Cheer Zone catalog. She represented Calhoun High School this past summer in Hawaii at Cheer Hawaii USA. She is a 3-year letter winner on the CHS track team, which has won back-to-back region titles. She competed and placed at last year's state track meet in the discus, finishing 7th. Blair enjoys teaching and helping young girls learn how to tumble and become better cheerleaders, watching cooking shows, going to college and pro football games, and spending time at the lake with her friends and family. Blair attends First Baptist Church. This is her 3rd year as a homecoming nominee and her 1st year on the court. Blair plans to attend college and cheer while pursuing a degree in sports rehabilitation. She would like to take this opportunity to thank all of her teachers and classmates for making her 4 years at CHS so special and memorable. Blair is being escorted tonight by her father, Robbie. Joining them on the field is her mom, Angie. Miss Blair Spector. The 6th and final member of the court is Miss Allison Nicole Wiley. Allison is the daughter of John and Dawn Wiley. Allison is a member of Wesley Chapel Methodist Church. She has been a member of HOSA for 3 years and FCCLA for 1 year. She has been a Calhoun High School varsity competition cheerleader for 3 years and a varsity football cheerleader for 4 years. She was a member of the 2013 State Cheer Champions and participated in the Cheer Hawaii camp. Allison enjoys spending time with family, friends, and cheering. She is currently in her 2nd year at Stingray All-Stars, where she is a member on the Peach team. Her future plans are to cheer at the college level while studying physical therapy or radiology. This is her 1st time as a homecoming nominee. Allison would like to thank God for his many blessings and her class for nominating her to be on the homecoming court. Allison is being escorted tonight by her father, John. Joining them on the field is her mom, Dawn. Miss Allison Wiley. At this time, we would like to welcome back our 2013 homecoming queen, Miss Bailey Edwards. Bailey is returning home tonight from Mercer University, where she is majoring in biology. She is planning on becoming a physician's assistant at a plastic surgeon's office. She is being escorted this evening by Mr. Greg Green, principal of Calhoun High School. If you would now please turn your attention to the Jumbotron for a brief message from Bailey.
Hello, I'm Bailey Edwards, last year's homecoming queen. It was such an honor to be chosen. I know how you're all feeling right now, and I know you'll be happy for anyone who gets chosen. I'd like to wish good luck to all of you.
At this time, and now to announce our Calhoun High School 2014 Homecoming Queen. Calhoun High School's 2014 Homecoming Queen is Miss Carson Glaze. Please join us in congratulating Miss Carson Glaze. Please stand and join in the singing of Calhoun High School's alma mater.
Welcome back to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. It was homecoming, and Coach, the homecoming queen for 2014 is
Carson Glaze. She's a really sweet girl, well deserving.
Yeah, it comes from a really good family. Carson's younger sister, not to take any thunder from Carson, but Carson's younger sister's done the national anthem at basketball games. Very talented family, well-deserved honor. The entire court was outstanding, and Mother Nature cooperated with us completely.
Yes, it did. I felt a few raindrops late in the first half. I said, "Oh no, we don't really need this to happen at this point." But it didn't rain, and I think everything went smooth at halftime. Obviously I wasn't there to see it, but I hope everything went smooth.
It went smooth in your part, and it went smooth on the field. The court looked nice. The 6 candidates were very nicely dressed. It was a real nice ceremony, and obviously the best doggone band in the land played perfect background music. Everything went well. And whatever you talked about at halftime must have connected, because we kick off to start the second half, and the defense does a good job, and then the offense is just outstanding.
Yeah, we wanted to get a 3 and out here after the kick, and of course Darwin kicks it in the end zone, which is a plus.
They're going to start at the 20-yard line. That is his 6th touchback of the season. Shotgun pistol formation.
Yeah, they run the counter in there, and he gets 5 yards, but we just missed the tackle.
We had him after about a 1 or 1.5 yard gain, and he was able to keep his forward momentum going. They run the slant.
I'll take that back. We didn't get a 3 and out.
No, not on this one. It's a nice pass, nice route.
Yeah, it's a good throw, good catch.
Motion, back to the right-hand side. They fake the jet sweep, and the quarterback goes to the left-hand side, and he's not got a whole lot of
That's
area
a
to
big
run
hit
in.
by somebody over there. It's probably, I don't know who it was. Probably Lester, maybe.
Probably, but just start calling out numbers because there's multiple guys there, and you're going to get the right one eventually. The referee blows the whistle, throws the flag, illegal procedure against Sonoraville. Yeah, that's the nice thing about calling that. You just a bunch of gold hats and start listing numbers.
Yeah.
From that side of the formation, you got to be right.
Here comes the sprint out.
Yes. 3 receivers right, wing right. Quarterback scrambles, pumping, gets across the 45-yard line, across the 50, and does a nice move and gets to our 49.
Yep. That was a good scheme they got right there. And Austin's you got to break down and make the tackle. We wish he had that back. They're going to probably do the same thing over there. Oh, they throw the hitch over here, number 7. That's great coverage by Malik.
Yeah, if that ball's thrown properly, Malik's got a chance to pick 6.
Force him to punt the football.
That's a lot of jumping at you,
Yeah.
number 44.
Good job by Jarrett there.
He didn't get close and he forced a short punt, 26-yard punt. We take over, and this is where the pound and shoot offense executes perfectly. Little tit for tat here, Coach.
Yeah, we worked on that all week, or last couple of weeks. We wanted to run it the first half, but didn't find the opportunity, so we decided to run it the first play of the second half. And
Run the sweep, hand it back off reverse, toss it to our backup quarterback, Balen Spector, and he gets his touchdown pass. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. That is Chaz Moss's 2nd touchdown reception.
I didn't want them to outdo us on trick plays.
There you
I thought
go.
maybe they run one, we could run one.
I really thought you saved it for the second half, just to, and now I'm going to run it. I thought you were thinking, well, the first half's going the way I want. I'll save this for the second half. Extra point is good. They get some pressure from the right side of the offense. It's not quick enough. We lead 42-7, and this is just what you wanted.
Yeah, big start by our offense
Yes.
there. Obviously, good execution because we worked on it the last couple of weeks, and sometimes it looks good in practice, and sometimes it doesn't. So it was good execution.
This is where Todd says, this reminds me of Mr. Griffith.
Yeah.
That was about 4 or 5 yards deep in the end and high. All righty, 1st and 10 from their 20, 8:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Fake to the running back, little midline veer. Good positive yards by the quarterback. Cody Long does a good job. So you're thinking there's going to be some tackling practice starting next
probably
Tuesday?
so, yeah.
Okay. High snap. Quarterback fakes the run to the left, and he's got no place to go, Coach.
That's a first there. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, that's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had no place to go. And, probably a wise thing to do because he's tired of getting hit. Back at the 14-yard line after the penalty. Pistol, shotgun. They run a screen left-hand side.
Good job by Austin Bennett reading it and making the hit.
Coming from way inside from the middle of the field.
Forcing to punt the football.
Well, at least he didn't have 44 jumping in his face. I don't know what you did with 44, but obviously a different formation. We're going to take over at our 42-yard line. And, folks, you're going to like this series, too.
We run the same play we ran all night, and Alico makes a heck of a run to get to, 25 maybe?
Yeah, it's just you're going to have 2 or 3 footballs, Coach. Or you're going to substitute running backs every play.
Good job by Kalen on the out route. Great catch by Drew behind him.
Drew's strong. You watch people hit him on the hips, and they bounce off him.
Throw the screen over here to Jarrett, and we just didn't block it up very well.
Actually, they mark us for a 1-yard loss on that. I called it no gain. Now we cluster our 3 receivers up top, right outside our offensive tackle. Robbie's Raiders doing a great job, Coach. Look at this block. Look at that. Look at the lane.
Same play again to the other side. Good job by Bryson Bushon. Good blocking on the perimeter.
Just shout out to the field. Cluster up receivers. We're going to run the sweep that way. Or cluster up on the left. We're going to run it to the other side. Got the ball down at the 11-yard line. 2 receivers up top, 2 on the bottom.
This is a pretty good job by Kalen here because they brought the house and we didn't have enough to block him. He knew he had to get rid of it quick and made a pretty good throw and pass interference.
Dusty Baker was coming back for the ball. He got ran over by the DB. As you said, pass interference call, half the distance to the goal. We're at the 5.5-yard line.
Yep, we're going. They're going straight 0 man here, and this was a good call by Coach Davis on the screen.
Run it tunnel screen out here on the right-hand side, and Chaz Moss goes in pretty much untouched, blocked really well. That is Kalen's 11th touchdown pass of the season. Chaz Moss's 3rd touchdown reception, 2nd for this game. Tied extra point formation.
Well, we're exactly what we wanted. You know, it's two series, 2 scores.
You got one. You got one more in the Christmas bag. Yeah. Extra point is good. We lead 49-7. 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and you're probably starting to think about substitutions, aren't you?
Yeah, at this point we are. Well, actually we got our JV kickoff team in right now. So
There you go.
you know, and I think Red Abernathy makes a great tackle, 12-yard line.
Coach, the ones he didn't put in the end zone, he put at the 1 next to the sideline. He put 1 on the goal line. He put a sky-high kick at the 9, and none of them make it to the 20. Well, that 1 got beyond the 20. But that's really, really good. They run a sweep to the left-hand side.
Well, I think we have our 2s in the
Yes.
game now, and
Getting us some Friday Night
Yeah.
Lights experience.
you know, 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and we got the 2s in, and
Feeling pretty good.
yep.
Yeah.
And we playing pretty good. Playing that's J.R. McBrayer, 51. You got Marcos Ambrosio at nose. You got Beck Fletcher in there at Mike linebacker. Got Ryan Randall in at free safety, who's a sophomore, who I think is going to be really good. Another sophomore with an interception, Malik Lawrence. Great job by our 2 defense.
Gets his first pick of the season. Ryan Randall is a lot like Austin Bennett, Will Conley. They see things on the field before they happen. They anticipate really
We got
well.
our 2s in the game, and
This is your 4th running back?
yep, and he's a good 4th running back. That's Jordan Tao, and they call Hogan.
Back us up.
Imagine that.
Yeah. But they were better than last week's
Yeah,
crew.
I agree.
Yeah. They just talk too much when they do the penalty. Just throw the flag, mark it off. A little bit high on the throw here and a little bit behind him.
That was a good read by Balin right there, because they covered up the curl flat pretty good. And had a chance, he threw it just a little bit high.
But he threw to the right man.
Run the same play we've been running all night, and good run by Tao here for big yardage.
Down to the 20-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Jackets. Spotted about the 21. We have to go to the 11. Nice tunnel screen on the right hand side. Jared Carden. Nice moves. Touchdown.
That's J.R. McBrayer getting out front. Our center and our backup center tonight was William Lone, who's a 10th grader, with Mullinax being out.
Yes.
So William climbed up the ladder. We didn't play him in the JV game Thursday because he was our backup, and he did a good job for us.
He's a tall center.
Yes. And I thought he handled number 40 because, you know, they didn't take their starters out, so he had to block number 40.
Good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, they played a lot of the same people for a long time.
Yep. Got our JV smack team in there.
There's into the end zone.
Another good kick by Darwin.
And they're high. 2:25 left. We're up 55-7. I'm not even going to talk about the score and Alex Flores. I'm just going to say that he does a fantastic job. And I'm going to quit talking about his consecutive streaks. All righty. Fake to the running back, going to the right. Quarterback goes to the left. He gets a nice run here, sees a big opening, gets down the field, and he's going to get an 80-yard touchdown run. He's going to make it 55-13, and they'll kick the extra point and make it 55-14. Good recognition.
Yeah, our 2s didn't play that one very well. It looked like we got blocked up pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Good experience, though.
Yep.
They'll learn how to handle that. Snap's good. The ball's down. The kick is up, and Junior Solis kicks it through the uprights and makes it 55-14. There's 2:10 left in the 3rd quarter, and we're 130 seconds away from a running clock. Beautiful night. And at this point in the game, the humidity has really dropped off.
Yeah, it was a great night for
Yes, it
football.
was.
You know, like we said earlier, the weather was a little shaky at the beginning of the game because I know they had some tornado warning up in Ringgold and the Whitfield County area. So
Yeah, there was some heavy rain.
I'm glad it stayed north.
It did stay north of us. 3 receivers to the left. Run this toss sweep out here to the left-hand side.
Same play we've been running.
Yeah.
They blocked it. They played it a little better that time.
Yeah, Bryson didn't have as many openings, but geez, how many yards did he get? The stats keep piling up. Give it to Jordan Town. He gets north-south.
Good run by Jordan, getting about 7 or 8. But again, they still got 40 in there at nose, 71's start, 50's a starter. So our 2s are blocking them up pretty good. Their
Yes.
linebackers are still in the game.
I know exactly what Coach Hobb the Elder is going to do with the game tape. He's going to show the number 2 defensive line with their tackles against Sonoraville.
Yeah.
He probably won't have to say much because the number 1s are going to say, oh, okay, all right, here's what we're going to do. Hey, the guys played well. It's just perfection is desired, right?
Good job by Jordan Tao. There wasn't much in the middle, and he makes something happen. Fourth quarter.
Has begun. Now we have a running clock. Balin pulls the ball, goes to the left-hand side and picks up 1 yard. Going to be 2nd and 9.
We throw the screen out here and got to get back outside with it. But, it's 5 yards. We'll take 5 yards on the screen.
Our passing game tends to be an extended handoff game. And, yeah, why not take 5, right? That's going to move the chains.
Run the same play, and we got a new receiver in there. Herschel, he probably hadn't repped it. They really didn't know what to do, and that's not his fault. So it's 4th down.
But he's working hard.
We run the screen here to Petty. And we got a 1st down, I think, if he hits it a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But he fumbles the football, and they get on it.
Sonoraville takes back over. They're going to have the ball at their 21-yard line. Coach.
Good hustle by Easton Trotter making the tackle on the backside.
This is their only possession of the 4th quarter.
Really?
Yep. Shotgun formation, pistol. Same guys that started the game. Going to take a
Throws it
shot.
up top to number 6, and good coverage by Malik.
Yeah, the receiver has no place to go. The ball was overthrown out of bounds, but has good coverage. Their only hope
Here
is
goes the sprint out pass again.
yeah. Good pressure.
There's Jordan Tao doing a great job. Nice job.
Forcing him back inside. Pursuit catches up. Got a flag on the field.
I think they call holding on Sonoraville, so we
did.
declined it. 4th down, 4th from the punt, and this is where this one Jarrett kind of misjudged.
Yes. It was a line drive, folks. So he had to back up real quick. I mean, he was coming at him just like a line drive in baseball, and it bounces off his hands. I told him afterwards it was a noggin knocker. They're going to take over at the 50-yard line. He had a good attitude. He's been doing a good job.
Yeah,
back
he
there.
has. Yeah, he has. This is a big stick by, no, the stick's coming up. Good tackle by, was that Connor Akridge, 33?
Yes.
Connor made some big plays.
I think he gets a good stick later on in this game. So their drive continues. Oh! Tagging.
Good job by Malik.
Yes.
Malik's
Sophomore.
showing that he's not afraid to hit.
Yes, that's good. Very good. Pistol, shotgun.
There's they running the option. Good play by Jordan Tao.
Yes.
You got Blake Garland in there, number 60. I think that's Hunter Moss up top at left end.
Yes.
68. There's Trotter and Akridge. Connor Akridge making a big hit there.
Yeah. I think Trotter posted him and then Akridge finished him off. Wing right, 2 receivers right. Run a little curl out here. Oh, another big tag. Tag, you're it. They're moving down the field. We're going to eventually get a stop out of this. But as I said, this is Sonoraville's only possession.
Yeah, they got a young kid in there. It's a good hit by, was that Baker?
Yes, Dusty Baker.
Yeah, good hit by Dusty.
Got a good stick. Yeah, we're getting our pads low on defense right now. Yeah, number 2s did a good job, didn't they?
And that's a fumble recovery by
Grayson
Tilley.
Yeah.
Nice job by Grayson.
Absolutely. And with the running clock, we get on the field and we're going to run the victory formation. We're going to run 2 of those plays, and then that's going to do the ball game. 55-14 victory over the county rival, Sonoraville Phoenix. Sonoraville has a nice ball team. and they got a big game coming up. Well, we got a bye week coming up, and we're really anxious to get to this bye week because we got some ankles and shoulders and bumps and bruises that really need some time to heal, don't they?
Yeah, we got to get healed up. We got a lot of people that's got some bumps and bruises, but it's a physical game. That's going to happen. But I think this bye week's coming at a good time for us.
Yes, it is coming at a good time. And congratulations to the 2014 homecoming queen, which is
Carson Glaze.
We're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the stingers of the game and the pipeline. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back, Calhoun football fans, to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Coach, 409 yards of total offense, 200 rushing, 209 passing. You get a kickoff return for a touchdown. The defense has been outstanding again. The first-string defense gives up 7. The second-string defense gives up 7. Things are going pretty well as the Yellow Jackets move into a bye week.
Well, I like our balance on offense.
Yes.
I think we're throwing the ball well, and I think we're running the ball well. So, when you get one-dimensional, that's when you struggle a little bit offensively, and I really don't think we're one-dimensional at all.
When I go through the stats on the radio during the live broadcast, we have Kalen with 11 touchdown passes. Then we have Kalen with 7 rushing touchdowns, Cole with 7 rushing touchdowns, Olik with 8 rushing touchdowns. Nobody is dominating the stats. It's just so evenly spread out. So where does the defense concentrate?
Yeah, that's a good thing about our offense. We got good receivers, we got a quarterback that can throw and run, and we got some good running backs, and it all starts up front. We got a very good offensive line, so you're right. Nobody can key on one person and one thing that we're doing. We feel like we got a good balance on offense.
We went about 3 games without having a touchdown reception through the air. So now, when you look at the stats, I think we've got 7 or 8 guys with touchdown receptions.
Yeah, last year you looked at our stats after this point. You saw Titus Curtis
Yes.
with all the catches and Chandler Curtis with all the catches, and they could key on those 2 guys. We got so many good receivers that I think Carson's leading the team in catches, but we got a lot of other guys that have caught a bunch of balls as well.
And I like the average per catch, the yardage per catch, that 12 to 14, 15 range.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. Once again, congratulations to Carson Glaze, our 2014 homecoming queen, and the system teacher of the year is a young man that you've known for a long time.
Yeah, Coach Stevenson does a tremendous job in the classroom as well as on the field,
Yes.
and he teaches special ed, and he's got a crew that everybody loves. And,
Yes.
he does a really, really good job with that crew.
You coached him in football, didn't you?
Yeah, he played for me down at Upson Lee.
Yes.
His dad is my athletic director at Upson Lee. His dad coached with my dad, so Clay and I go way back.
Yeah, you've probably known him for a long, long
I'm
time.
showing my age there, Dave.
Well, you got a ways to go yet. Look at the guy to your left. That'll be showing your age. All right, stingers of the game, plays of the game. We're going to lead off with the very first play of the game.
Yeah, we schemed it up, and we don't work on it a whole lot, but the kids, we work on it in the preseason a lot, so we can go either way. We can go right or left, and I thought we blocked it up, obviously, very, very well, and then Bryson takes it to the house with a good lead block there by Carson.
And the block near the 40-yard line was good, and I didn't catch the number. The lane was fantastic, and when you give Mr. Bushong a head of steam, he goes hard. Second play of the game is going to be a little tit for tat. If you can run a flea flicker, we can run one.
Yeah.
This is in the 3rd quarter. Balin Spector launches it.
And he's wide open, and I tell you, Chaz shows some great speed here because that number 1 is pretty quick, and he had an advantage on him, and Chaz just run away from him.
He was going to make sure that nobody caught him from behind.
Yeah.
And our 3rd stinger of the game is going to feature a DB in the 3rd quarter.
This is an interception by Malik Lawrence, who continues to get better for us. He's just a 10th grader, and the sky's the limit for this young man. He's a very, very good football player and even better kid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Doing some substitute teaching and being around him, he's a nice young man. It's yes sir, no sir. He looks you right in the face. Good job. All right, pipeline, please.
Pipeline's good. Our JV beat Sonoraville Thursday 21-0. They're 4-0 on the season, and they do have a makeup game this Thursday that's not on the schedule. So let everybody know we're playing at Armurchie this Thursday at 5:30. We had to make up a game that Adairsville canceled on us, so we're playing at Armurchie Thursday at 5:30.
A couple of players are really excited because they said, "Coach got us a makeup game. We're going to have a game."
Yep, and then our middle school is playing in the semifinals probably at 10 o'clock this morning, playing Adairsville, and if they win, which they should, we'll have the championship game at our place Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Against the winner of the Cass-Cartersville game.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, congratulations. The pipeline is full. How did we come out of the game injury-wise?
Well, we beat up again. Colby Reynolds is beat up, but nothing serious. He had a little neck, shoulder injury. But other than that, I think we're okay. You know, we're going to try to. Jack D4 still banged up a little bit with his left shoulder, but you can't tell it because he's a tough son of a gun. But we're going to try to get Tristan moving around a little bit. Mullinak's hopefully moving around a little bit. Esteban's gone for the year because of ACL.
That's a tough break.
Yeah, but he's a great kid.
Yes,
Christian East and David Prater, concussions. We're going to wait and see on those guys. But, you know, we're going to give Monday off, and we'll start back to work Tuesday, and we'll meet as a staff Monday afternoon to figure out what direction we need to go in.
Tell the team, Coach was grinning when he said we're going to give him Monday off, so a little relaxation, a long weekend. It was a great atmosphere. I had several coaches come up to me before the game and said, wow, the atmosphere has really changed here. And Friday nights are really special, and then when you throw in homecoming with good weather and a 55-14 victory, it was just a really, really neat night.
Yeah, homecoming is special here at Calhoun, and I thought the administration and everybody handled homecoming very well, and I thought our kids handled homecoming very well. And sometimes that can be a distraction, but you know, with our kids, you know, it's all about the football game first, and then this homecoming second.
Well, you exceeded my expectations. I told Duck Gauman before the game 49-10, so you put up 55, and that's a good job. Well done. If you'd like to watch a show, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch as many times to see the Boys of Fall, you can go to CalhounTDClub.com. Watch it anytime you want. That's CalhounTDClub.com. We'd like to thank Coach Bill Long and his video broadcasting class, and the producer this week is Caitlin Cherry. Everybody did a good job. It's time to go to the house and relax, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yellow Jackets win homecoming. Carson Glaze is your homecoming queen. Clay Stevenson is your teacher of the year. And the Yellow Jackets win 55-14. You've been watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show.